Episode of Bespoke Architects Daily Pinup. I'm Nicole Walters, Director of Bespoke Architects, and I'm about to show you what inspiring images from around the internet made our Pinterest boards today. There was a lot of bathtubs today, a real lot of bathroom and bathroom accessories. First of all is the crystal plant bathtubs. I really enjoyed the copper outside of this one with the exposed leg. Just the colour combination would work really well. We've used a similar bathtub in Bespoke renovation number 5. So it's that sort of real industrial look. I love that in a bathtub. And then this one here, it's got this built-in joinery, so storage shelves and almost like a coffee table. And it's just the most exquisite sort of shape for a bathtub internally. So that's why those ones made the board. Something a little bit different, something less conventional than what we normally see. Although do keep in mind that second bathtub, you are going to want a reasonable sized bathroom to actually fit that one in. I also really enjoyed this vanity unit when I saw it. The two offset cubes, I mean, it's just simple and stunning. Again, no storage, so probably good in a powder room environment, but quite sculptural in its appearance. I pinned the house and office in Hofeu, and you can see the way that they've segregated their courtyards. I quite enjoy that. Obviously, they're delineating between their house functionality and their office functionality and providing each with a courtyard. But this aerial view that shows you all these doorways that lead into the different spaces, that is an intriguing landscaping concept. You'll note that they have painted the dividing walls internally white, and that's obviously to get light to bounce around in that space. And this is one, a shot down at ground level. Obviously we're looking back, and it was the doors in this instance. So we've got operable corners here. You can see the structural column on the inside, and then the two panel sliding doors sliding back across fixed glass to give you that open corner. The frame house, this image here, I love it. Sloping site, and the way the skillion roof falls back in the same direction as the slope is going back. So we go from a small image up this end to a really large facade, and just on profile that was beautiful. And this was their design solution for stairs leading into the property. Obviously there's a sort of a moat style design there, allowing light into the lower floor, and then they've added this bridge-like stair crossing from that external boundary into the house. And there is actually, if you zoom in or click on that image, you will be able to see the glass balustrade fence that prevents you falling over the edge. Looking at these, the gallery of Jean Lynn Royale, I pinned it. I mean, that facade in itself is exquisite as an elevation. It's asymmetrical in its design. The material is uniform. Just the way they've broken it up is just presents, and particularly across these reflection ponds, presents as a really beautiful structure. This image here is a close-up detail of that brickwork. So we can see that they're creating a brick screen. And again, if you click on that image, you'll see that there's bricks protruding as well from that flat facade. And then, excuse me, internally, I might just take a drink. Internally, the curved staircase, again, a solid balustrade, but this one's timber, and it's got a routed handle on the inside. So it gives this lovely lip to that balustrade. So that image is really there for that balustrade detail. The house in Waggerlilt, I don't even want to pronounce that, the car space solution, the car parking solution here, where we've just got a canopy, a cantilevered canopy in which to protect your cars. I just thought that was lovely. It also, as you can see in this image here, it's another house on a sloping site. So it slopes back from that car park level, which is at ground level, down to a second story below. And we've discussed previously how being on that lower level does prevent light getting into some of the internal spaces. So their design solution that we see on this image, where they've used glass blocks to allow translucent light into those internal spaces, was really an interesting solution. I have mentioned on previous videos at nighttime how that can create a sort of a puppet show silhouette performance if it's lit on the inside and not externally. So that would be an interesting bathroom space to occupy if you had a house full of people. I'm not sure how comfortable I would feel using it, but as a design solution, allowing light into an internal space, it's wonderful. You may just want to keep in mind some sort of window furnishing to be able to give you that extra level of privacy. This little cafe, I just loved the external landscape stairs. So these are a cantilevered concrete stair. There's no structure going down to the ground. They're actually connected, nosing to tread below in detail, and that's how it appears from the front. So it looks like they're just floating, but there is in fact, if you go in, a little bit of structural detailing right back recessed in. I do love a concrete floating external stair. I have done it before on the golf course house, and we are doing it for a current build in Drumcondra. So it is a design solution that I like, where you use this really heavy material and make it look really light in application. So that I'm a fan of. A couple of fireplaces made the board today. This is a corner fireplace, so the wall wraps around, and it's a two-sided fire, but it's a two-sided fire on a 90 rather than a back-to-back. So I found that interesting way to treat a corner, and it obviously allows then the fireplace to be viewed from the living room and then from the dining room. And then in this project, the lake house, it was that fire plate, if you will, on the floor, and then this suspended flue, almost like a Ned Kelly. I just thought that was fascinating. Again, be mindful if you've got toddlers, you'd want to put up a barricade to stop them wanting to touch the flame, would be my only note of caution. The lake house, I pinned this. This is actually their kitchen facing their dining room. And interestingly, they've put in a glass screen that has some timber to obscure the view of the two spaces, but to allow connectivity and light flowing through. So that was a different design solution. I haven't seen that sort of done before, but where we divide the kitchen from the dining room using an internal screen. Then we move on to another vanity. Again, another sculptural element inside the lake house. This one again, obviously powder room application. There is no storage in that vanity, but just as a structural object for your guests to admire when they're using your bathroom, I thought that was a fabulous vanity. And then Dreaming of Paris, Salvatore, some exquisite light fittings, but just that composition of the furniture in that image. Again, it's quite a plain and simple room, and then to use the really interesting furniture placement and design, I just really caught my eye in that image, and that's why it's made the board. I do have a dedicated board for furniture and objects, so do go over there. I do look for unconventional and interesting pairings. If you're got some time to kill and you're wondering how to redecorate that lounge room. And then again, that vanity unit with the fluted looking, almost concrete-like facade on the front of that. And they're obviously drawers by the way I can see the lines there. So that was just an exquisite little vanity. And then this bathtub, again, simple, stunning, the light fitting above, just all of it is incredible. So that's why that one made the board a very inspiring bathtub. And then the light fitting again over the dining room table. As I've said previously, your dining room light fitting is the area where you can really play with form and not worry so much about the task lighting that you're going to get from that dining room pendant light. So that is just from, framed as it is in this doorway shot, is just incredible. And then this little project here, the sculptural apartment, this is it externally. You can see it's got this beautiful curved screen, very abstract in its design, letting light through but creating privacy. And then internally, they've sort of kept up the sculptural shapes. And this is just an opening in a wall. You obviously have to step between, you could, I guess, step through it between what is the kitchen, the dining room, and the living room. I just found that an interesting opening to put in a wall for an extra level of detail. And then finally we finish with another couple of vanities that introduce colour. So this one is using perforated yellow on their storage on that side. Then we've got rather a solid looking vanity and then a screen on this end. Same principle of design, but they've gone obviously for solid materials. So that was just some interesting colour combinations and different ways of doing storage. And that is all that we've got for you today. If you are looking for More inspiration, please do check out the Inside Derbyshire house number 7. That is also up on YouTube. An exquisite little coastal cottage that we've renovated to become a full-time residence for this particular family. Our extension is the grey box to the rear. The front aqua and white section was the existing house. We did add this little window seat at the front. Divine collection of interior furniture and fittings as well by these clients. So it's well worth a look if you've got a few minutes to spare. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Bespoke Architects Daily Pinup. I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. Bye.